Door open, Chuck.
Thanks, John.
Recording in progress.
Today. Okay, we're back in session.
Okay, so we've been in executive session, we've come out of it. I don't believe there's any other business that's left on this agenda other than adjournment. So is there any unfinished business that we've not covered? Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We have two. Okay, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstained? We stand adjourned.
Next bag.
Next meeting.
I'll be here working.
Okay.
In office next door.
Great.
Yeah.
DRC? So one thing, the one, can, want me to just, I will talk about it. So the one thing that we wanted to.
See Paul Smith, Paul's there.
Okay, sorry. A little bit out of sorts here.
He's been hanging there.
Yeah.
Wanna call the meeting to order?
We could call the DRC meeting to order.
Do not resuscitate.
Okay, so the question here is, we have a opportunity to bring the former mayor of DeFerrier into the board. But we have, right now, our board is full. And we could add, it's up to the will of the board of directors to add a board member, but it would require an amendment of the bylaws. And so, the question is would somebody want to, I guess, resign from the board to have Janet join us, the former supervisor, or no, mayor of the village of DeFerrier? Or can we just add the number of add her to the board of directors, which is what I would prefer.
I wouldn't see why we couldn't do that.
Need a motion?
How many members do we have right now? 7?
7.
According to the bylaws.
So and I'd like to add, to make it comprised of 8, and just have this last one be a at-large member. Because as we know, we have 2 directors from the LDC.
I'd make a motion that we amend our bylaws to add 2 more board members. The ability to have up to 9.
Okay.
Is there a second?
Second.
Sorry to interrupt, just a quick note.
Oh.
Please.
While you're talking, I'm gonna check the certificate of incorporation to make sure that it's sufficiently flexible to go to a board that size.
Oh,
Okay, great.
If you wanna make this kind of adjustment, it may require filing an amended certificate. And generally, and again, this is the first I've heard of the concept, but, generally, you're gonna wanna maintain an odd number of board members.
Right.
That's why I mentioned 9. Up to 9, if we can.
I'm checking on that right now. The certificate of incorporation typically requires a recitation of the maximum amount of board members. So if it allows sufficient headroom or change to do what you want to do, we don't have to touch the certificate at the stage. You can just do it inside the bylaws.
so that project's kicking off soon.
Yes.
When will this board really start engaging more?
When the remediation and cleanup of the site is done.
Is it a 4-month project? Do we know?
I think it's going to be probably closer to the 3rd quarter.
Okay, so
This fall,
this fall.
probably.
And who was awarded that project? It wasn't
Sabre.
Sabre. Okay. So they look for, I think is Ferriet looking for third-party air quality or air monitoring
Air
right now.
monitoring.
Yeah.
That's out there again.
Yeah, which indicates you should start when they can get rolling. If they start mobilizing.
I don't believe so.
No.
Approve the minutes.
Good project.
Should imagine it.
It's actually good.
So Marshall, did you Janet reach out?
Just for a quick clarification, the board, within the certificate of incorporation is set up to have not less than 3 and not more than 7 members on the board of directors itself.
And the board seven, okay.
So to amend that,
Well, we'd have to file a certificate of amendment to the certificate of incorporation, after which the bylaws could be amended to track that kind of revision. The bylaws, let me double check that.
I can sign.
yes.
I was holding his arm down.
No,
Hold on here. Hold on.
So this, I give the reason why we're doing this. It's to, in my opinion, we would like more local engagement from the village of DeFerriet. And I feel that we're not getting, we would benefit from Janet, who was a part of this process at the very beginning. When we first applied for the Restore grant, she was the mayor at that time. She's been super engaged. She never missed any meeting. She has what I believe to be the sort of the feel of what the village is looking for and would make a valuable board member.
Yeah, I mean, these meetings work out perfect for me, but if nobody else, I mean, I don't want to, but I will. I think it's more important that that local representation is part of this. So if
Depending on what.
unless
level.
somebody really wants, because I don't mind, I was sort of looking forward to this, but at the same time, if it makes better sense to have her, then I know you're looking at me. I just, it does make.
The board, under the current bylaws, sets up the 7-member board of directors to reflect 3 members of the IDA, including the agency's members serving on the county legislature, 2 directors of the JCLDC, the supervisor of the town of Wilna ex officio. So that changes as soon as the supervisor is seated after election, they step into this board of directors. And the mayor of the village of DeFerriet, ex officio. So if a mayor changes hands, the new mayor steps in and serves as the director. So if you have it right now, whoever the mayor is on the board of directors. If you have a former mayor that's hyper engaged and wants to contribute to the the labors, if you will, and the bandwidth to keep the corporation and the project going, the board of directors could, or you, the IDA, as the member, could create a kind of an ex officio or a non-voting contributing
Kind of what I was thinking.
member of the board of directors, keep them engaged and involved, put them on committees, whatever
Great.
you want to do, but that wouldn't require this adjustment to the certificate and the bylaws and all that stuff. You can keep them engaged by giving them a title, kind of as an at-large, non-voting member, if you want to.
Let's do that.
Let's do that. I like that.
Yep. Okay.
That way
So
you
what's
don't
the
lose
process for
momentum.
doing that?
You can make that person a non-paid officer. I mean, if they want to be the deputy executive director and run with it, to help out, there's ways where they can not only be a non-voting board member, but also serve at kind of at the staff level if they're really dug into this thing.
So what do we need to propose here?
At this point, if you want to, if the current mayor is on the board ex officio in accordance with the bylaws, and you want to have the former mayor stay engaged, you could, as the IDA and then a corresponding tacit approval of the board of directors of the DRC, acknowledge that that person is appointed as a non-voting director and encouraged to continue participating in board meetings and committees, and to the extent that you want to go even further, IDA staff right now technically serves as the CEO, the acting treasurer, and all those good things. If that person wants to be a deputy in any capacity and have you know, a scope of work or a chunk of bandwidth that is more on a day-to-day outside of just serving and attending board meetings, you can consider that too.
So this would be the first step is an action by the IDA board.
Yep.
So that would be at the next month's meeting. And then
Something
what
like a
Marshall will
director
be,
director emeritus or something like that, that acknowledges their service. It gives them, not necessarily part of quorum or part of voting membership, but sitting at the table and having an active project, if that makes sense.
can we do up a resolution for the next IDA meeting?
That's what I'm thinking.
All right.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that? Move forward with that. Does that work?
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll look at that at the next board meeting for a resolution and a vote. Is that fine, Justin?
Does that work, David?
Yeah, perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
Any other business? No, old or new?
Motion to adjourn.
So, second.
Did we
All in
approve
favor?
the minutes?
Did we approve the minutes?
I don't think we approved the minutes. did
No,
we?
no, right.
There's no minutes.
No minutes. Melissa.
I think it was the time before, wasn't it? Or was it last?
Yeah.
They're in the packet.
They're in the packet.
Yeah,
Oh, it was minutes?
There were minutes.
yeah, there are minutes. So,
And I
motion to
actually-
approve.
I-
Is there a second to approve?
Sorry.
I'll second it. All in favor?
I'll second.
Aye. All right.
Before adjourn, actually do have something relevant to share regarding DeFerriet. Sorry.
No, that's
We,
fine.
the county, had a very successful, bid. So we had, the Sabre bid came in around $5 million. The award from New York State was for $8.5-ish million. So that gives us extra money, to work with. However, the state, our grant application and the award letter, we went back and read it, is very specific that the money is specifically for demolition. And we already included all the alternatives to the bid. The alternates that we wanted in the bid package got included. So basically our wish list for demolition was included in that $5 million bid. So the point is, we do have excess money on the table. Our team at the county with Dank is working to see. Dylan and I were literally looking up the definition of demolition, see what else we could, include, because we're getting indications from ESD that they're not willing to just allow the additional $2.5 million for us to just do what we want. We have to specifically use it on demolition. If we can't, then that money goes back to the state. So
Does that include the demolition of the old waste plant? Wastewater plant too?
I don't know.
And the east side of the river, there's
Yeah,
there's crap out there all over the
So
river.
if that is not included, that'd be wonderful, so that we can.
I think that is that part there.
There's 11,
The
second
site,
thing-
the site cleanup.
Yeah.
11 buildings, if I remember, were part of the.
We obviously we anticipate a higher bid and, we had alternates to, just so that we could get as much included up to that, grant award as possible. Another thing we're looking at is we did get a small amount from National Grid, for redevelopment of that site. So whatever we were gonna have them do, let's try to put that under, the New York State funds. And that gives us $300,000 for, maybe site improvements, that type of thing. But just so that you guys are up to speed, that we're
That's
trying
great, by the
to
way.
squeeze, everything we can out of that grant.
That's good news.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly where the footprint of International Paper still comes, but behind the International Paper landfill, there's a lot of crap that's pushed up in those woods out back and everything too. That really would be nice if that's part of, our property, if we can get that clean, that'd be good.
I'll take these notes, waste plant east side of the river and debris in the woods behind the property. I'll take those notes to the Development Authority and they can kind of see what was included and what wasn't. If they weren't included, then we can do another bid.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that it?
Yes.
Do you think there's contamination beyond their property lines? Kind of a scenario, the site property?
Yeah.
So we had a motion to adjourn, I believe, a second. With no further discussion or business to conduct. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I'm gonna call you, Justin.
You gotta realize their plant ran for
Sure.
a
Do you have
hundred
a- do
years,
you have a
they just
time?
rolled all sorts, anytime they had old tanks or whatever.
You know, the period itself
Thanks, Justin.
is